Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this project, to the second installment, and I was really glad to see how well the first one did with getting around 84 views. Um, it made me really happy to know that many people liked it. So, for this project, for this installment, I did something that I'm very proud of, which is that I was able to fix the problem I had in the last one and install test.wacth. And that was a huge problem for me in the last installment because I had never had to install a command before, so I was totally at loss of how to do it, but luckily someone helped me and I was able to do it. So, but I still haven't gotten that problem completely done yet, so I have all the tests running, as it says here, but I think I may have written them wrong because when I press save, it says there's no test to run. And that was really strange to me because I thought that it would run the test. So I've decided that I'm gonna take a different approach to the problem, and I'm gonna write another I'm gonna go ahead and write my next function just to make sure this works. But if it does work, then I'm gonna switch the function I wrote in the last video to this method. So I was told that the best way to write tests in Elixir is to write the test first and then write the function, because you want to make the test fail first. So, which is good because I've already decided on what I want I already know what I want the next function to be, and the next function is going to be the calculation that's going to calculate your investment. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to write test that. So I'm going to say, I guess, test that the numbers calculate correctly. So my test is that I want to test that so the numbers calculate. I want to make sure the numbers calculate correctly and the return amount is accurate. And so this is how I'm gonna. Because a lot of times in programming, you have to have a different approach. When you have a problem, sometimes you just got to approach it differently, because sometimes the way you're trying to solve it is not working, so you have to come at it from a different angle. And I think that's one of the reasons that software development is such a respectable skill, because you have to really think. You have to really be able to think abstractly and think of you have to constantly maybe have 5 strategies of how to entirely different ways to come out of a problem, until you just keep coming up with infinite different ways to come out of a problem until you solve the problem. But that's one of the satisfying parts about it, and that's one of the parts of it that make me really happy, as myself, as a programmer. Anyway, so I'm going to test that the numbers calculate correctly and the return amount is accurate. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to calculate, and I don't really know much about writing tests, so I'm just going to, right now, as of now, I'm going to insert it again. So I'm going to insert invest, And I don't have the function calculation yet, but I'm going to add that shortly. But it's always good to have the test first. I'm going to save this. And there are still no tests to run, which is really strange. I'm going to see if it'll change once I add another function to my list. Def calculation do, and I'm going to add so I'm going to pattern match. So I hope that return is pattern matching. And what I think happens is, as for now, I'm just going to have it multiply. Investment times year. Okay, so there's still no test to run, which is very, very... Maybe I spelled something wrong or something. Let me try to save it now. There's still no test to run. This is really strange. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to do I don't know if I wrote a test wrong or something, but, I'm gonna make a, I'm gonna look in, I'm gonna look in the, I'm gonna look in some other work I'm doing, and I'm gonna see what I'm doing wrong, and then I'll skip ahead in the video through that, and then I'll come back when I think I've got it right. So I'm back, and I think I know what I was doing wrong based on looking at it. I think I wrote this wrong. So you're supposed to put an underscore, I think, between assert and what you are asserting. And so I'm gonna try that real quick and see if that works. And if it doesn't, then I think I'll just end the video, and the third installment will be where I get it right, I think. Or at least I'll try to get it right. So that's one of the satisfying things about programming is that, one of the satisfying things about programming to me is the idea of, there's always an infinite number of problems, and so there's no sense in, competing with somebody else, and I like that, and I also like the idea of, sometimes the problem can get really challenging and daunting, but, when you solve it, you just get this immense feeling of pride and satisfaction. To me, I'm not a psychologist, but I think that programming would actually, to someone that has a low self-esteem, I think it would help them, raise it, because it's, it's a challenging job to do. But anyway, I think my point is, it's always very satisfying to solve a difficult problem in code. So I'm going to test it now and see if this works. There's still no test to run. I'm not sure if I got this right. Let me look through the terminal again. I might have done this wrong. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna end the video. I'm gonna cut ahead again to where I get it right. And when I get it right, I will film it again, me doing rerunning the test. So I'm just gonna end off the video here because it's still not testing right. It's still saying that there was no test. So this is a really strange problem, and I'll get back once the third installment will be once I figure it out, and then I get it fixed. And I also wanted to say real quick before I end the video that there is going to be that I'm not just a programmer. I'm also I also do a lot of art, and over the next few months, I'm gonna be posting a lot of my art on Deviant, a website called DeviantArt, and I think I'm gonna try to sell some of them as prints. And I also wanted to let you know that I also am a writer, and a lot of my writing is published online. And I'm going to leave a link to some of those, to some of my, some of the pieces of writing I've created in the description. I write a lot of sci-fi and a lot of fantasy. I'm currently working on a fantasy short story. So yeah, I'm going to leave a link to a Google Doc of something I've written in the description. Okay, so I hope everybody has a sorry. Excuse me. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.